Hi everyone, and welcome to this video of the Daily Grind. I got some updates here, and the other week I was working on this bodysuit. Now this bodysuit is from, you know what, I can't remember which company, so I'll have to put it in the description below. But I need a bodysuit to go with the skirt that I made in the previous video that has suspender straps. And this was a black knit that is just really stretchy and it's really comfortable. The problem is it is almost too stretchy because when I initially put on the neckband and I tried it on, the neckband had just incredible gape, and I was using what was recommended by the pattern. So I think in the previous video I said I took off about 6 or 7 inches off of the length of the neckband, and then I restitched it on and I basted it just to check, and it was perfect after I took that extra length out. But this is why when I make garments I always say baste in the neckband, because when you go to try that on, you're instantly going to know if you need to remove it and take some of that extra length out, because nobody wants to go walking around with a gaping neckline. And when I tried this on, also it was too loose because of the nature of the fabric. This is one of those things where I would not go and alter the pattern because it's the fabric itself that I feel is just way stretchy. I mean, that's a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing. And what happened was I found that my shoulder seam was hanging off my arm. It was coming right to about here. And that's just not the way it's supposed to work. So what I ended up doing was I tried it on and I chalk marked the front on both sides of that armhole. I also did the back where I want that seam to be. And I ended up cutting out a huge chunk of fabric. Now some people say, well, you know, they get nervous. How much do I cut out? I don't worry about that so much in a knit, because even if I'm a little off, it'll stretch. I just have to make sure that what I cut off on this side is equal to what I cut off on the other side. And it turned out great. I tried it on. Also, there was way too much fabric up here, so I took my side seams and I blended it all back in. I took a lot of width out up here on this garment, so then when I tried it on, it was okay. Now when I make the adjustment to bring in the width here, I have to do the same thing on the sleeve. So over here I have a sleeve and it's wrong side out, and what I did was the sleeve extended out to about here, and I ended up taking a deep seam allowance here. What I took off matches what I took off in width here. So I just want to make sure that these fit. Again, if it's not perfect, I mean, we always like things to be perfect, but if it's not, it's okay on this garment because it does stretch a lot. So I'm not too worried about that. I always want you to go with your gut. And like this right here, like the neckband, I ended up stitching this neckband in 3 times to make sure I got it right. But it's going to be well worth it in the long run. And after I got this stitched in, I did use clear elastic on the inside to make sure that this super stretchy fabric does not stretch out in the future after several washings. So that's where I am with that. This will have a snap crotch at the bottom. More things that I'm working on right now. A couple years ago, it'll probably be 2 years ago in July, I was making a bathing suit, and this is the bathing suit top, and then I made a matching skirt. These are shorts with the little swim skirt on over top, and it looks really cute when it's on. And I loved it. It was kind of like that scene from The Notebook. That's one of my favorite movies, where Noah and Allie are in the ocean and Allie's saying, if I'm a bird, you're a bird. So I wanted a retro swimsuit vibe, and I think I got it on this. Not exactly, but close to it. But I'm also going to be working on the summer of swimsuits. I should say the spring, because I plan on making them in the spring so I can wear them in the summer. This is a pattern that I got many years ago, a nice bikini pattern. It also has a tank version right here. And I was a little thrown by this. I thought this was a style detail, but actually this is the skirt that you can hike it up and actually have it like this over the bikini bottoms, or you could pull it down. Now, I have worked with one pattern with this designer before, and I hated the pattern. It was one of the garments that I worked with that I ended up throwing away. So I hope this is a lot better. I did read reviews on the internet, and I liked what I saw from this pattern, the swimsuits being made. and I had to place an order. Well, actually 2 orders. Now I tried to order from Bra Maker Supply. If you order anything currently from Bra Maker Supply and you're in the United States, you may have to keep putting the products in your cart and take a screenshot of what's in your cart, because you will have to email your order to them. I don't know what's going on as far as trade and shipping over the border, but I think there were some issues there. I didn't ask them, but I still have to do that order. So I'm getting ready for swimsuits, and one of the things I purchased was swim foam. So this is foam you can use to make cups for your bathing suit, and on this top right here, this bikini top, these cups are lined with foam. So if you are larger than a C cup, you can get swim cups up to a C, but if you are a D or larger, you're probably going to have to make your own swim cup. So I just make a pattern piece out of this, and I use this as the backing to the fashion fabric of swim. So I get my own custom swim cups in my swimsuits. I also ordered some swim fabric and bathing suit swim lining. It's always nice to line your bathing suit. You just get a much better look altogether. You can line the front and the back, or just the front, that's up to you. And then I got 2 yards of black swim, because this goes with everything. And I got some swim elastic and swim clips for the straps and the bra in the back. So I got several things that I need, and I'm ready for swimsuit sewing in the spring. I am also working on 2 denim jackets right now. I'm a fuchsia pink and a turquoise. I cut both out at the same time, and I'm also working on a turquoise bag using the Laney Jane handbag pattern from Emmeline Bags. If you're ever interested in making bags, emmelinebags.com. There is a free pattern, and I used that pattern. I did have to order some hardware and some of the Decoville as like the lining, just certain things I had to order. And the 2 purses I made are right here, and I think they turned out really great. I like this look for a handbag. I think it's just very upscale looking. I don't need Coach. Move over Coach, move over Kate Spade. I got my own handmade bags that I think look really terrific. So give handbags a try with this free pattern. It's super easy, and if you don't have all the hardware, that's okay. You can still stitch your straps in. Just the hardware gives it some extra bling that makes it look very, very custom and very ready to wear. All right, you guys, so that's where I'm at. I want to hopefully give you some motivation to get your projects done. And one of the reasons why I wanted to go back to this and show you this is because these are alterations that sometimes we have to make. Like, I was hoping this would be perfect right out of the pattern and just stitching it up, but just due to the stretch of the fabric, it wasn't. It was too big. I could probably go down a size in the pattern even with a more structured knit. But there is a person that took my online class during COVID on the pajama pants, and this is for her, because if something doesn't come out the way you think it should be, the pattern that I use for the pajama pants, they are very, very generous with the ease. And because of that, you look down, and this happened to me too, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't wear pajama pants like this. It just feels like there's way too much fabric. So I had to take fabric out too. So you know who you are. And if you're watching, you get those pajama pants done. I showed you how in that video. Just create that side seam right down and, you know, make them work, get them to fit. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your fabric. And don't just keep it in your pile of things that you will never finish. Pull those out, because that can be fixed. Just like this can be fixed. I just have to put more time into it, and I'm going to get the exact garment that I want. All right, you guys, Motivation Monday here. Get those projects going, and I'll see you in the next video.